Alright, hey guys, what's up? That's right, I'm wearing a Superman shirt, so I'm a superhero like Chris Hero, or who's now being known as Christmas Ono, whatever the hell Hero's calling himself in WWE's developmental. But anyway, this is my Raw review. So I'm going to start off real quick. Johnny Ace comes out, opens up the show, and calls out Brock Lesnar and says that he's brought back someone who's going to be the new face of the WWE and raise the landscape of the WWE like it's never been seen before, and brings out Brock Lesnar, and as well as he says who's facing John Cena at Extreme Rules. So it's automatically slated. We have the first match for Extreme Rules, Lesnar and Cena, which I was stoked for. Yes. But before I continue on to that, I think having Brock Lesnar ally himself with Johnny Ace, I think is a good idea from WWE. And it benefits for both parties on both ends because having Lesnar do what he did last week to Cena and ally himself with Johnny Ace, to know that Johnny Ace was the man who brought him in, it explains why Lesnar came out last week out of nowhere and did what he did to Cena, as well as it helps elevate Lesnar as this new heel authority figure, and helps put Lesnar helps make Lesnar a heel to ally himself with this man. So gives you a reason to dislike him or hate him. But anyway, Cena comes out before Lesnar can say anything, and Cena tells Lesnar, "Let me pay you back for what you did to me last week." Slaps Lesnar in the face. Lesnar just tackles John Cena down to the ground, punches him in the face. Wrestlers from the locker room come in the ring and split both men up. You get a one-shot camera view of John Cena, and John Cena's mouth is just beat bloody red. I mean, just beat red. The mouth was busted. Lesnar busted it up. And but even when you look at how when the fight started, the way Brock Lesnar tackled John Cena down to the ground, I have a lot of UFC DVDs with Lesnar, and the way he tackled Cena was not wrestler Brock Lesnar. It was UFC fighter Brock Lesnar. The way he tackled Cena down to the ground onto the mat, that was UFC style. But anyway, I don't know if Brock knows his own strength or not for him to bust Cena's lip like that. But anyway, so awesome, opening segment for Raw. Unfortunately, the show just kind of didn't live up to what the opening segment lived up to. Begin the first match with Santino and Brodus Clay going up against Dolph Ziggler and Jack Swagger. Finally, we get to see the first match ever with Brodus Clay in a match lasting more than 2 minutes. But, Brodus Clay lasted more than 2 minutes. But Brodus Clay and Santino end up getting the victory. It was freaking hilarious and seeing Santino dance to the Mama song. That was funny. Then Cody Rhodes loses to R-Truth, caused by distraction due to Big Show. Trying to think anything else happened. CM Punk had a championship match against Mark Henry, but before that even started, he and Jericho had an exchange of words for over like 15 minutes. The match itself really didn't go anywhere. Punk caused disqualification by hitting Mark Henry in the face or in the back with a TV monitor. Mark Henry gave Punk World's Strongest Slam, and then Jericho comes out and pours beer all over on Punk. This time cans, not bottle, but pours beer all over on Punk. End of that segment, but definitely still interested in this feud leading forward. Alberto Del Rio ends up beating Zack Ryder quickly. Zack Ryder tapped out with a cross armbar. Honestly, in my opinion, I think it's a little bit too soon for Del Rio to come back. Even though he's cleared to wrestle, I think it's too soon for WWE to bring him back because after coming off, a shocking, surprising ending to WrestleMania last week with Rock getting over Cena, and then a returning Brock Lesnar the next night, Alberto Del Rio, I think, is going to be a little bit overshadowed. So maybe if they're going to bring him back, keep him on SmackDown. Don't put him on Raw because he's going to be overshadowed, and now he's kind of like the third wheel right now. So That's just my opinion on that. Side note. Then we get, before we get into the main event match, Brock Lesnar cuts a promo, backstage promo, saying how he's been successful in WWE. He was successful in UFC as the former heavyweight champion, and now he's back to take his spot, and that John Cena isn't fit to wear his jock straps, which I thought was completely hilarious. I enjoyed the segment. I thought this was the best segment, not best segment, but best, I guess you could say, promo Brock Lesnar's ever done. And Brock Lesnar was never really a mic kind of a guy in his WWE career, yet alone was he ever any good. But I thought what he said tonight was his best mic work he's done in WWE, or on WWE. And then we get to the main event match, John Cena beating David Otunga. After Cena beats Otunga, Lesnar comes out and kicks John Cena right between the crotch from the back. He picks up Cena and drops him with an F5. I thought it was epic. I'm jumping out of my seat like it's an epic theater. I'm like, yes! And Raw just ends with Johnny Ace and Brock Lesnar looking over John Cena. So all in all, Raw was all right. There was a walk segment with the Three Stooges, which the crowd was just booing the entire time. I thought it was just funny. And what I thought was more funny was the facial expression of the Three Stooges, because they thought, like, oh my gosh, like, we have to find some way to keep this crowd going. I don't think they expected the crowd to boo them. But one thing I did enjoy that I thought was funny was Curly doing an impersonation of Hulk Hogan. I thought that was spot on. But Kane and them coming, choke slamming them, and even that was enough to save that segment, because even Kane got booed. And then Lord Tensai did a squash match on Yoshitatsu. And I don't know if the fans were just bored, dumb, or what, but they were saying Goldberg during that match. And I'm like, are you serious? Just completely stupid. So that was the end of Raw. Highlights for me, the entire show, was the opening segment, Brock Lesnar's backstage segment, and the ending where Brock Lesnar gets in an F5 for the second week in a row. That's it. Those are the best segments to me out of Raw. Other than that, Raw was kind of, And what was more disappointing was the crowd. Washington, D.C. kind of sucked. After coming from last week's Raw in Miami, would have thought they would have been like, let's show Miami up, get hot. But they were just, I don't know. Some cities are hotter than others. But Chicago, Extreme Rules, definitely going to be hot. Got tickets, going to be there. Yes. So let me know what you guys thought about tonight's Raw. Did you love it? Didn't like it? And one other side note here, too. During the show, Eve was talking with John Laurinaitis and saying, can I talk to you or something? He's like, I'm really busy right now. He says, why don't you call me? She says, no, you have my number. You call me. Just a side note here, guys. I picture this may be a future angle, especially with Eve being the diva who breaks a man's heart and she's only attracted to men with power, that somehow they may work an angle where Eve or Johnny Ace maybe like committed adultery or had an affair with Eve, and Eve blackmails him, and somehow this comes back to bite Johnny Ace in the butt, where it would strip him of his power of both Raw and SmackDown shows. I kind of see that going. So if that does happen, remember, you guys heard it here first. So let me know your thoughts on Raw. Comment, subscribe. Peace.